Hey everyone, it's Akirius Kowalski. I'm doing a series on the classical era in Greece, and with it being Pride Month, I wanted to take some time to talk about the most fabulous elite fighting squad in history, the Sacred Band of Thebes. Formed in 378 BCE, the Sacred Band of Thebes was a formidable elite unit of the Theban army, consisting of 150 pairs of male lovers. They were chosen purely on their merit and ability. Each couple consisted of an older lover and a younger beloved. Unlike other Greek cultures, they believed that Eros, the god of love, was the best god an army could have for motivation. You fought not just for your city, but to shine in your beloved's eyes, to impress him, to defend him, and never flee, leaving your lover behind. The Sacred Band was led by two main commanders, Pelopidas and Epaminondas. Pelopidas, during the Battle of Thygra, was heavily outnumbered by the Spartan forces. Surrounded, one of his soldiers looked at him and said, "We have fallen into our enemy's hands." To which Pelopidas responded, "And why not they into ours?" They proceeded to surprise and defeat the Spartans. As for Epaminondas, he permanently etched the Sacred Band in history during the Battle of Leuctra. Knowing the Spartans always put their elite troops on the right side to overpower their enemies, Epaminondas overloaded his left flank. At its center, the Sacred Band and the rest of the Thebans charged the Spartan elites. In the first wave, they broke the Spartan lines and killed the Spartan king. The Spartans, completely surprised by the skill of the Sacred Band, were overwhelmed, thus shattering the previous 100 years of Spartan invulnerability. The Spartans never recovered from this defeat. The Thebans, shortly after the Battle of Leuctra, invaded the Peloponnese, Sparta's backyard. Led by Epaminondas, they eventually freed the slaves the Spartan civilization relied heavily upon. In 364 BCE, Pelopidas was putting down a rebellion in the north. Wishing to kill the leader of the rebellion with his own hands, he rushes into battle, where he was cut down by the tyrant's guards. A few years later, in 362 BCE, the Sacred Band fights in the Battle of Mantia. Though the Thebans were victorious, Epaminondas was pierced in the chest by a spear. Barely alive, he was escorted off the battlefield. Knowing he would die from blood loss if he removed the spearhead, he asked his soldiers if they had won the battle. When they responded yes, he ripped the spear out of his chest and died. The Theban dominance starts to decline after both Epaminondas and Pelopidas were killed. Under Philip II, Macedonia seized power in the vacuum left behind by the Thebans, and in 338 BCE, the Sacred Band fights in their last battle at Chaeronea. Forced to form an alliance with Athens, the Sacred Band and the rest of the Theban army join forces to resist Philip. Philip realizes this and baits the Athenians into breaking formation, letting him surround the Sacred Band and overwhelm them. Leading the Macedonian troops in the front flank was a young boy in his first battle, a boy who we now know as Alexander the Great. The Sacred Band was buried on the battlefield where they died. They were laid to rest in the form of a phalanx, the only Greeks in history to have received such an honor. The burial site was marked by a statue that still exists today, the Lion of Chaeronea in modern-day Greece. The Sacred Band and the Thebans held a bright light on the world stage for a brief moment in history. They challenged and conquered the seemingly invincible Spartans, demonstrating that even the strongest powers could be toppled by unity, strategy, and courage. Moreover, they reshaped the balance of power in ancient Greece, making possible the ascension of figures like Philip II of Macedon and his son, Alexander the Great. Their victory symbolized the end of one era and the dawning of another. In doing so, the Thebans and their Sacred Band left a lasting mark on the annals of history, their feats serving as a testament to the power of innovation, determination, and the human spirit in face of formidable odds. If you like this, don't forget to like and subscribe for future content. Until next time, stay curious.